Welcome to the Brunch Gimmick. I am Laurence Cartier. Happy Easter if you celebrate. Happy 420. Blaze it. And happy WrestleMania Sunday. Happy night 2. We will be getting into all the specifics of night 1 today. Plus, we'll be closing out this week's show with a special visit from the Easter Bunny himself, the Fightertainment Easter Bunny, the official Easter Bunny, the one and only Easter Bunny, will be showing up later in the show to close it out in about like 40 minutes. But how is everyone's weekend going? How is everyone's Easter? If you're on your way with your family to go see your family right now, tell us how that's going. How'd everyone feeling about night 1 of WrestleMania, which definitely closed with a bang. We'll be getting into that soon enough. We got David in the chat saying Mania was flipping wild. Fernando, thank you. Happy Easter too, my friend. I hope you're having a great one. If you celebrate, or if you just celebrate like 420 or just Mania, I hope you're having a great weekend because it is a big weekend. I kept it low key. Didn't because there was traveling involved. So this week I couldn't make it to my cousin's place. So I'm here all weekend. I definitely took advantage of having the weekend to myself and the next 3 days off. So I watched a lot of professional wrestling. Yeah, we will get into that. Fernando, that was the general feeling of a lot of people. Like you weren't the only one that felt it was like not great. And the like big bang of how the big close of the show is what drew people back in, which is like the booking of how Triple H books a lot of these shows too. But we'll definitely get into that soon enough. Yeah, so I watched almost the entirety of the collective. I think I'm missing 1 or 2 shows just because like I worked Thursday, Friday. Like I got to leave early, so I got to like watch the afternoon ones live. But like I'm almost done watching Bloodsport. I watched both the like 3 a.m. shows live, which is a trip. Like I've got to wait 4 minutes to say the name of one, but Joy Journal Spring Break was great. The Fuego del Sol Atticus Cogar match was great, and Violent as All Hell. You had a lot of good wrestling, like Joshi Pro was there, DDT was there. So like it did for like people who don't generally watch it, it's a great introduction to that. Like love the Joshi Pro girls, like so much fun. I'm gonna wait 4 minutes. Ophelia, how are you doing, by the way? I'm gonna wait the 4 minutes and say the actual name. I'm 3 minutes now. It is 1:07. Actually, wait, no, I've only been live for 6 minutes. Yeah, I'll get into that show too, because that also ended with a bang, and I quite enjoyed that show. I always usually do, because that second Joey Janela show
is always, especially that it's late night, especially that it was like incredibly, it was early, it's early morning at this point. Like I think this one finished at 6:30. The what was the For the Culture show, although like there was fair criticism that what used to be a like 99% like black performer show was now kind of like more mixed. There are a lot more white people in this, and then like it was supposed to be that show used to be like an exhibition of black talent in pro wrestling, and this year they teamed up with Fourth Rope, which is MVP, I think's promotion, or like he's the on-screen commissioner of that promotion. And like it was a fun show, but still like it was a little weird, and that like it definitely went super long because that thing ended at like 7 a.m. But it was like they had especially if they had a cage match, which takes like half an hour to set up as a main event, and I knew that was coming. Like it was already super late, and you're having a cage match to main event, and it takes like half an hour, 45 minutes to set up the cage. Yes, LPW's own Stephen Crow was both on the gay brunch, and I will say the name in literally a minute and 30 seconds. Stephen Crow absolutely killed it at gay brunch, which if you had like only have time to watch a select few of the collective shows, always make a conservative effort to watch the Effie's Big Gay Brunch. Like not because it's like all like an important to support queer and trans wrestling, but like the talent is so great, and they put on such a fun show consistently every year. Like the Zack Sabre Jr. and why am I blanking on her name? Thing match. See this being sleep deprived and being up since like watching that cluster 30 seconds show really. But yeah, like there was some really great matches. Like the main event too between Dark Sheik and Effie was great. Kid Bandit, thank you. She was on the show too. She was a former Quizplex contestant. Kid Bandit absolutely killed it, and like so nice seeing her back wrestling full time again. It's really awesome to see her, and she had a really fun match with Zack Sabre Jr. The main event with Effie and like that main event with Effie and Dark Sheik was great, especially with Effie at the end. If you like, go watch the clip of Effie's speech at the end of the show, because he's famous for his end of show speeches, but him saying that he can't retire gay brunch anymore because like they is now needed more than ever, and he's 100% right. They not only is it an exhibition for gay talent, but it's now 10 minutes and 30 seconds. It's a fuck you to bigots. And especially that he has done it in towns specifically that have anti-gay laws and like anti-trans laws, especially where like there are times I think they've done it in Florida before. I think a couple years ago where their anti-trans laws where it was against the law for Dark Sheik to perform. And they're like, try and stop us. So those shows are important. I highly check. But yes, now I can get into it. The clusterfuck. It's always a crazy event. Last year, you had Denise Saint Dubel, the French Canadian fighting chicken, show up at like 2 a.m. This one started at like 2. Actually, it started like 3:30. It started late, like in GCW fashion. There was the start time advertised, then half an hour, then another 10 minutes. But all in all, a great show. Opened with a cage match, a scramble cage match, which is a lot of fun. And then you get into the clusterfuck, which was won in a surprise debut of Brody Lee Jr., the son of Brody Lee, making his professional wrestling debut in the clusterfuck and eliminating Joey Janela to win the match and the Megasis. He also Actually, technically, he got Joey Janela to accidentally eliminate the Megasis. And he eventually would hit a stunner and eliminate Joey Janela in what was a really nice moment. And in my headcanon, I tweeted it. But like, it would be really funny if he snuck out from his mom, Amanda Huber, and didn't tell her where, like, he's like, I'm just going to get some ice. And like went to win the clusterfuck and then tried to like run back to the building, like, without anyone knowing. And sneaking back into bed. But yeah, it was a very nice moment. Like Philia said, like it was a long show, because especially those clusterfucks, you never know how long it's going to last because they never tell you how many participants in it. There's like 100 something participants that show up in that match, and you never know how long it's going to be. And like, I think it ended at like 6:45, maybe. I think I was up for like the entire, like I was going in and out at certain parts. Like I would like fall asleep for like 5-10 minutes and wake back up. I'm like, oh, that person's gone. That's too bad. But again, like Stephen Crow showed up there too, had a small moment, but was like showed up fairly early in the clusterfuck and was eliminated not long after showing up, but still got some stuff in. As did Kid Bandit. Kid Bandit had a longer showing and played drunk throughout, which was really funny. But yeah, do yourself a favor. We'll get into WWE in just 1 second now. But yeah, do yourself a favor. Check out those collective shows if you can. If you got that subscription, great time. Like, especially today, you've got like time before WrestleMania to catch one or two, because there's nothing else going on until WrestleMania today. But speaking of which, night one happened. Honestly, I didn't hate it. I felt it was mostly, and this is not the greatest review, inoffensive. Like there were some parts that lagged, but like throughout, there wasn't a match I openly hated on the card. Like there is one that like I'm kind of done with, and we'll get into that in a second, which I like mentioned last week when I was talking to Kimmy Sokol, or not Kimmy Sokol, who was having a great time at WrestleCon and was at the clusterfuck last night. And despite me telling her, I messaged her to get in the cage and fight Jimmy Lloyd during the for the one other match during the clusterfuck, the cage match. She did not do it. Neither her or Jer Pearl got in the cage, which they should have, because they are cowards. And I want that on the record. Joel Pearl and Kimmy are cowards for not fighting Jimmy Lloyd in a cage. But yes, the WrestleMania opened with the heavyweight title match, the world heavyweight title match. And honestly, it was I really enjoyed this match. Oh yeah, we'll get into that affiliate, but like I really enjoyed this match more than I thought I would. Like Jey Uso absolutely actually agree with you, Fernando. Like I think the booking was weird, what matches they decided to include and what matches they didn't. Like the fact that they're not including that triple set TLC match on Mania is incredibly stupid to me. Like that was one that's like I get it, they're trying to get the ratings for SmackDown up, especially that it's still like in the States, it's still on terrestrial TV. They're trying to get the ratings up for that. But like that's a Mania match, and that like the legend of the TLC and ladder matches at Mania, like to add to that legacy and not doing it. See, I don't disagree with him tapping out. I just don't like that he taps so quickly. Like it makes no sense for that character for him to immediately, like people have said like, well, his other submission loss, he was the same rear naked choke or sleeper hold that he tap out to. But like, I felt he should have probably passed out, would have been better. Like that was a dude who would fight it and wouldn't want to be embarrassed. Like it makes no sense like it was a fun match till the finish. I agree that like the submission finish was a little weird, but like I felt he should have passed out because that is the type of wrestler that wouldn't want to be embarrassed by Jey Uso, who he thinks is beneath him as a wrestler. Like he wouldn't want, like it makes no sense for him to give him that victory. Like he is somebody who, especially with the build of this, is like basks in the violence and doesn't back down. Like that dude doesn't back down from pain. So he was that is a type of character that 100% would have passed out in the lock, and like it would have built that drama too. Like the quick tap was weird, and that I felt should have been done better. But again, like anyone who denies that Jey Uso is a main event talent, even though again it wasn't the main event, but like it's a top tier heavyweight title talent, is 100% wrong at this point. Like Paul Heyman made the case, like he's their company's top seller. The crowds, like they absolutely love him, and he's also just a generally likable, fun person, and that feeds into that's why part of the reason the crowd like loves him so much and supports him so much. So like I agree with him, like and we'll get into what should happen going forward with this title run, but like I think it's the right decision to put the title on him. I also don't think it's obviously not going to be the last time we see Gunther as heavyweight champion. I think he's probably going to internalize the way he lost and come back and even somehow an even more terrifying human being. But yeah, that was the opening contest. And like I felt it was a solid opener, especially if you're not having in the main event. I get putting it in like the semi-iron, but like it does, like it is the type of pop that also like Jimmy Uso winning would like definitely gets that energy in that crowd immediately. Like you could use that, like sometimes you could use it for like the near the end of the show to get the crowd back up. But like and we'll get into the main event later, but the presentation of the main event was also great. But one of the matches that like the story, here's the thing. It was a great match. I do not love El Grande Americano. So the story of this match, Rey Mysterio got injured literally the day before WrestleMania. Sadly, had to bow out. Was announced on the pre-show that he wasn't medically cleared, and they switched him out with Rey Fenix, which was great, and like they're like very very smart. Like it is a no-brainer there that Rey Fenix should get that spot. And they had a really fun match. Like they keep doing silly stuff with Chad Gable, and he's great at the comedy stuff. But also he is such a talented wrestler. Like he was, especially that he's trying, like he's selling that he's a luchador and doing more lucha style moves. Like he like it was a great match. I just do not love the character and am constantly uncomfortable when I see it on screen. Like is WWE doesn't get the leeway. They doesn't get any leeway with me with how they treat Latino characters and like lucha culture, especially now the fact that they bought Triple A. Like I don't know what they're going to do with it and what they're going to do with some of the roster, and one name in particular who should be fired immediately, who I do not want to see on screen ever again and should not be employed. And we won't mention his name, but a former WWE wrestler who works for AAA, who's their champion right now, hopefully gets fired very quickly. But yeah, like I don't trust them. Like I just feel they're arguments on good side, but like it's a personal preference at the end of the day. It isn't outwardly offensive. I think Chad Gable's doing a good job with it. He is an incredibly talented wrestler and clearly having fun with his character. But at the end of the day, I'm just waiting for the moment where he's unmasked. And we find out it's somehow Omos. It has been Omos the whole time because the whole thing was CGI. But yeah, it was a great match. like Chad Gable was pulling some insane stuff out throughout the match. Ray Phoenix, like him and his brother, granted, are like in the back years of their careers and have been doing this for so long, but are still so talented. It's amazing. Like it was and they like get treated like absolute stars in WWE that they are. Like that was nice to see, and it was nice. Like even though it was a impossible scenario that you go from not having a Mania match to having a Mania match the next day within a few hours is crazy. But he stepped up to the plate, had a great job. They managed to work everything out, and Chad Gable should be commended for it. And like again, like I'm personally ready for this storyline to be done. And yes, I agree. Like do a mask for mask and just have him lose. Like I wonder what the extent of Rey Mysterio's injury is going to be, because how that's going to impact things. Hopefully, it's not too long, but like it didn't look great, and the fact that he wasn't medically cleared for Mania is not a great sign. So hopefully, Rey is going to be on the mend soon. We also had the tag team championship match between the War Raiders and the New Day. And this one like went pretty much exact. Like there were two. The reason it made the Mania card is for two, like in my head, it's like one, either it's because they're the New Day and they're going to win another championship, and that's like they like clearly have for very very good reason, have the respect of everyone in the back, and like one of the has been carrying the tag division for years now whenever they're called upon. So yeah, like they giving them the respect of a Mania match, I understand. It was either like they're either winning or Big E was coming back, and sadly Big E didn't return to screw them. So like to me, it was obvious they're going to win, and they had again a really fun match, but like a weird finish with them hitting one of their finishers, their tag team finisher, and I think it was not E, but Woods or Kofi holding the foot on the outside as they're pinning him. Which like you're probably going to get another match between the War Raiders and the New Day, but also like that Raw tag division needs more tag teams, unless like thrown together tag teams. Like SmackDown has been telling for like months now a great story between 4 different tag teams and 4 established tag teams, and like that's what Raw needs. And like it was weird that Raw got the tag team title match on Mania, which is like I'm going back to the point I made before. Like they should have had that TLC match. Like that is a Mania match. Especially it's been a story of building for months, and it's a TLC match, a multiple tag TLC match. Like it just seemed like a no brainer to have it somewhere on the card for one of the 2 days. But yeah, like the Raw tag division, although lacking behind, I think giving the titles to the New Day also gives it some energy, as like the especially for the New Day too themselves, like they needed something to energize this heel turn, because they were spinning their wheels for a little bit now. So like they needed this win, and like I'm excited to see where go for here. Hopefully with the draft they get more tag teams involved on Raw, and it's just not going to be them and the Raw Raiders repeatedly and like one other team. Hopefully we get to see more of the tag division going forward. But all in all, it was a fun match. Like I didn't hate it. It wasn't like a great match by any extent. Like it was a fun tag match. War Raiders are like a very great, like a really fun tag team. Like they struggle because of booking there, and because they didn't have as many teams. Like they don't have the Motor City Machine Guns to feud with that they do on SmackDown. And like like they're both talented wrestlers, and I'm excited what happens like from here with them. Then we can talk about the women's championship match, which like I agree, Ophelia. Like I hope Faxon gets called up too. Like there is a lot of people that have been ready for a minute now to go up to NXT, from NXT to the main roster. Like Fraxium are one of them. Again, like if you haven't seen the takeover, the NXT show from yesterday, do yourself a favor and go watch it, because that show was a lot of fun too. Great triple threat main event. By God, do they have the talent there? Like there's quite a few talents that are like on the cusp of getting called up, and you're just wondering why they aren't yet. Because like a few of the shows can use, like the main roster shows can use some new energy, and like NXT could use also, like they could also need some new blood in there. Like I wouldn't be surprised, like if they do call ups on the draft, I wouldn't be surprised if what's the face, one of the Italian guys gets called up, especially if they sort of broke him up during the NXT show. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they just like called him up by himself. But yes, the women's world heavyweight title match, which was like the end. I was listening to some people, and some people from like the press box were tweeting about it too, that they felt that Charlotte was sandbagging Tiffany near the end there. Like there's the like, I don't know what to make of it. Like it could also just be that they're just like, she was heavily selling that she was tired, and they were wrestling more rough style match and playing into the like we legitimately don't like each other, so we're just going to play into this and have more like a stiffer style match. Because you saw Tiffany Stratton's face after the match, and she was a little dinged up. Yeah, like I get it. Till we find out more, and I'm gonna reserve judgment of what may or may not happen. But like yes, her intro great. And like brand synergy, baby. They just re-signed their deal with Mattel, so like they are using those different Mattel products, and like perfect fit to have the Barbie Dream House, and using that giant stage to like Barbie Dream House down to like the toy boxes, and have the different Tiffany Strattons in there, was a very smart and fun idea for a Mania entrance. Like I think the Tiffany Stratton was the right winner here. I think a lot of people like the forbidding, like the dark cloud of, and honestly, it doesn't help Charlotte either that like everyone just expects her to win, and like as an inevitability, and it sort of hurts her. And even when she's trying to like, Charlotte definitely needs to switch up her character, because she's like the only one that's always been pretty much the same from when she was called up, and she sort of like, she doesn't know how to make it a full-on baby face character. Like that character only could work as a heel, and it's super weird when she's trying to be baby face, but like just like reflexively does heel stuff and heel promos. So like she needs a character refresh a little bit. Even like also I really like the promo video, the like that they did before the match with the Lady Gaga song was great. The celebrity song was great. Like and like that video got me more hyped than any of the promos they did. Yeah, it was like, especially like you're already dealing. Philly saying, "I wish their gear didn't match so much. They look like a tag team." I agree, especially like at some points, you're already playing into the fact that like they are a very similar, like super athletic blonde girl, and it did look like they like somebody in a video game took two of the same character. Especially when like there's one point they're just throwing punches, and you can't really see their face. Like you're just getting, when you're like in Mortal Kombat and each player chooses the same character and there's a slightly different color. or like they look slightly different. Yeah, the perfect celebrity. I really like that hype video. That sadly was the second best one of the night. The main event one was but like both of them, they did a great job throughout with those hype videos leading into the match. Those vignettes were great. But yeah, like it was a fun match. It got weird near the end with like sort of Charlotte making it as hard as possible for Tiffany, even though like again, like I was like looking through the comments and seeing what people were thinking. And like some people felt like Charlotte was like carrying Tiffany throughout the whole match. So like time will tell what happened there. I'm just happy it's done. I'm happy Tiffany Stratton can move forward and continue this title run. See what else what other opponents they give her going forward. Like I'd like to see her versus Roxanne Perez. Like we just talked about somebody who could easily be called up. Roxanne Perez is definitely one. Who I'd like to see, like again, like against Tiffany Stratton on the main roster. The next match, let me see. Oh yes, we had the United States Championship. Forgot that one earlier. The LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Again, a fun match. This is like one of those matches that could have been a SmackDown match as well. Like Jacob Fatu was like we'll get into that in a second, affiliate. But like he was like definitely everyone knew he was going to win that match. Like this LA Knight title run felt like it was a sort of a transitional run specifically to feed him. And I felt LA Knight did great during that just match. The like catching Jacob Fatu for the BFT was super cool. Again, like people felt like it could have been a squash match. I'm happy it wasn't. They like went out and delivered. Like, and it wasn't a very long match either. But like they went out and delivered, and the time they allotted. Like it was a very fun match. Like LA Knight didn't look weak against Jacob Fatu, and like man, Big E, like people were saying, like, wow, I can't believe Big E said that on a WWE show, but like he's 100% right. No one's gonna say he's wrong. That like for a while it seemed like Solo, it was inevitable Solo was gonna be one of the stars to break out. And then Jacob Fatu showed up and just like completely bypassed him because and it's insane. Like there was I don't think he did it on purpose, but like 2 years ago, at like WrestleMania 39, he was in the crowd watching Cody Roman, and for Jacob Fatu then to leave through the crowd with the title, like on the same side he was watching Cody Roman, was like an accidental Knight's touch at the end of the match. I'm like, I remember him putting up those pictures of him being in the crowd, and everyone be like, yeah, well, his time's going to be soon. And man, is it ever. And like, I'm very happy for Jacob Fatu. And it's funny because like everyone on the independents was losing their minds too, because he is beloved and like just so talented. And I'm very excited what happens next. The US title. Like I think Jacob feud with Solo is going to happen soon enough. And like I'm very excited for his future. Like it was a very smart. It was the obvious move, but it's also sometimes the obvious move is a smart move. And like I'm very happy for the Jacob Fatu era going forward. Oh yes, we also had Jade Cargill versus Naomi, and like this is one of those either one could win. And like a few weeks ago, I definitely had Jade Cargill winning. Because this was her first WrestleMania and like she had a lot of time off. So I think they needed to heat her. Like there was no, like to me, there was no one bad that could have lost. Like there was no bad winner here. Either one you could make a great case for and it would set them up perfectly. I don't think Naomi looks bad with the loss. I think she looked great throughout the match. I think her heel character will eventually be a champion, probably by the end of the year. I also think Jade Cargill, especially depending on the match tonight, maybe we see the EST versus Jade Cargill for the title sooner rather than later. Like they continue that feud. But Jade Cargill comes out with a victory over over Naomi, and like I really enjoyed this Proceed with Caution character. Like she dropped a really good promo, and it's the video's online if you check for it. She dropped a really good promo at WRESTLEMANIA on the whole thing, like a expletive, like it was on the hey Tom, how are you doing? Oh, I would love to do it sometime. Hit me up in the DMs, we'll talk soon. But yeah, it was like, oh, thank you so much, Tom. That's very kind of you. Yeah, like Naomi's character is great. Her having, I think it's also going to be on the Masked Man podcast. But the promo she dropped there, her like completely unchained things, like, man, Naomi's really got the juice here and really got the talent, really has something special here with this character, this version of the character. So I'm very excited for her future. I think Jade Cargill is obviously getting skyrocketed to the main event women's picture with it, like probably immediately. I think that's inevitability. And although I don't think her story is entirely done yet with Naomi, I think you're going to have either a triple threat with them, or like that story has some legs to it, and I still think has quite a little bit more mileage to go there. Finally, we have our main event, which Seth Wardrobe, great again, coming out with the black outfit there with the flamethrower, then fading to black and coming out in the white sort of heavenly thing, especially with all the white light, like one by one, all the light, like white spotlights hitting him and turning to him was a nice touch. Then you had, my God, let me see. I'm on YouTube, so we might get a community violate, but if I play the music. But then we had CM Punk's vignette that played right before his entrance, and oh my God, was it perfect! Like they drilled it, like absolutely, like again, like sending home the fact that it's, and really like once again, like letting people know that this is his first main event and how much it meant to him and how his whole career has led up to this moment for his first WrestleMania main event. And to play his old theme music. And sadly, it wasn't on you couldn't tell on the live broadcast, but if you check Twitter, go to Alex Lajas, Queen of the Rings, Twitter, she posted it from the press box. There's a couple videos of the live crowd loudly singing his old entrance music while the package played, which was like, I legitimately got goosebumps watching those videos. Like it was like such a beautiful touch before the match, and then like the vignette editing and then having living color there, always great to see them. But like the curse of having a live band and continues, because like so many times I don't think they might have ever wanted somebody who's had a live band play them out. Maybe because like there was during Lemmy's memorial service, Triple H was saying in his speech that Lemmy after like WrestleMania one year, after like the second time he played him out, was like, do you ever actually win? Because every time he's there, every time Lemmy's there, Motorhead's there, Triple H lost. And that curse continued during this match with CM Punk. Last time Living Color played him out was CM Punk versus Undertaker, and he lost. And once again, they played him out and he lost. And we get into the match, and man, was that a very fun triple threat match. And like them busting both tables, which like in my head was funny because I was thinking this week, like when somebody breaks those, it's going to get a bigger pop now because we're now used to them not breaking. And like the setup of like the teasing of the rejoining of the Shield there, of the assisted power bomb through the table, and Roman saying it's not the big three, it's just Big Me, and slapping the shit out of Seth. And like throughout the whole match, just all the storytelling between all three of them and Paul Heyman, who's the best in the world and also a ginormous slut. That man was passed around all night, and like just the sluttiest dude at the end of the night, just goes with anyone apparently. Pluggo, I hope I see you tonight for a WrestleMania watch along. If you have time to bomb in. Yeah, like I honestly, I truly like from a storytelling standpoint, it was the most like they told their stories between the three of them, the interchangeable stories between all three of them perfectly, and then the inevitable reveal of what everyone was feeling for the last few weeks. And like I'm happy Roman is still getting comeuppance for how he treated people, because he like it is 100% justified what Paul Heyman did. Like, yes, it's looking like a Seth Rollins heel turn with him aligning himself with Paul Heyman. But like Heyman is also right. Roman left him alone and didn't help him at any point. Was like let him get tortured by his family for months on end until eventually he was put through a table. Like Punk, who's his best friend, had conditions for helping him, like both times, and wouldn't save him either. So like it makes sense why he turned, like, although somebody on Twitter pointed out that he was reluctant and felt bad about turning on Punk. He relished turning on Roman. He enjoyed turning on Roman. Like he was still emotional watching Punk get beat up and like knowing what's going to happen to Roman. He was cold and enjoyed when Seth beat Roman with the chair, which was like there's a long form interview. I forget which podcast it was, like a 3-hour podcast interview that Paul Heyman does, and where he talks about his process, which is like, if you're interested with that, go check it out. If you just search like Spotify and look for Paul Heyman interview, it's going to be on there. But like he talks about how he has to go methics. He doesn't feel like he's a good actor. And when like Roman wasn't there and stuff, he would like, or like when he was like Roman be stressing him out and there'd be problems with the bloodline, he would not shower. He would stay up all night so he looks more tired and not shave. And he puts in the effort. But like he is like his facials are some of the best in the game. Like he sells everything perfectly and sells that emotion perfectly. And so much credit to Paul Heyman, like for that finish of that match, for that close there. And like, again, like even though Roman ate the pin for the second year in a row, and it looks like, and he's been talking like, we're maybe getting 2 more years, if that, of Roman Reigns at WWE. So he's looking like it's going to be the tail end soon for Roman Reigns. Like he doesn't look bad for eating the pin. Yeah, and Seth Rollins again, well deserved, especially after last year doing that match injured last year and still doing the run in on one leg last year. He deserves all the credit. And seeing the video of the Becky backstage, just like giddy as all hell, watching it all go down. They're like the sweetest people. And like, I'm very happy for that dude. Like, he deserved this moment. And I am very intrigued where they go from here with Seth's character. And like it was mentioned before, like a lot of people have been talking about it. Ophelia talked about it a little earlier, saying Seth was was dressed very rock adjacent Friday night. A lot of people feel that tonight might close with Seth aligning with Cena and The Rock and forming some super group. A potential super group, and him, like Seth being, and it would be full circle of Seth being the one to help Cody last year and being the one to potentially screw him this year would be a nice full circle moment. But that remains to be seen. I find it like very, like, it definitely ended the show with a bang. And like, it's definitely what that show needed. There were quite a few, like, there's like at least 2 matches you could easily say were SmackDown matches, and not and we still have like, as for tonight, we still have a bunch of stuff up in the air. We don't know who's going to be replacing Bayley in that match. We don't know what happened with, like, there are Baron Corbin tweeted that he's now on Busted Open Radio, and he said if like Bayley's not there, and I don't feel like, if there's not a good reason for Bayley not being taken off the card, he's going to be pissed. Because I think a lot of people are too. If there isn't like a good kayfabe reason for Bayley not being there and just randomly taken off the card, a lot of people are going to be angry, because Bayley is beloved, and they know how much like this moment meant to her, and how the amount of work she was doing to like sell this, and not only sell it, but like get real cohesion, get to know Lyra Valkyria better. They've been hanging out a lot, recently, and like I hope there's a good reason for that there, because it seems sort of random. And again, I don't expect Lyra to win the tag titles tonight. It doesn't make, I don't know why they would put 2 titles on her, because like doing the 2, like, especially WWE doesn't have the best track record with putting 2 titles on people, because they always just have them either give one up or have one drop quickly. Yes, I agree. Like, she should be defending her Intercontinental title, and it's ridiculous. It's weird that they have her in a tag match when you've got other tag teams there. Like, you could have easily had Chelsea Green defend her title and had like the Slagents in a tag match. Like, I would like to see the like, you could have done like a multiple team match with the women too for the tag titles, and put like the Slagents in there too. Like, they're being underutilized as well as Chelsea Green, as well as the Intercontinental. Like, your brand new Intercontinental title should be defended on the first pay-per-view, the first WrestleMania they could, and it's ridiculous they're not. Like, again, it's not gonna be a mad match, but like, again, the booking throughout this whole Mania has been weird, and like, I expect sort of the same thing coming up. Like tonight as last night, where like, I think there's going to be a couple great matches. I think most of them are going to be good. and I think it's going to end with a bang again. I think it's Triple H's main booking style to end with a big twist at the end of the night. And I think, like, honestly, a lot of the times, like in recent history, Fernando, like the night ones have been better, have been like the better wrestling nights. And like night twos have had like it. I've enjoyed night ones more since they've been doing the 2 nights more than the night twos on a whole. And like, yeah, it's like the real closer, but like, it's weird. Like, if like Coachella's going on at the same time now, and like the Saturday show is seen as the bigger show than the Sunday show. So like, it's still like conventional wisdom has us seeing like the Sunday show is the bigger one. And like, yes, it's literally gonna be the last thing closing WrestleMania. But like, I still count the Saturday one as like a real main event. But yes, it's got the biggest main event on there between Cody and Jonathan Cena. And I highly, highly, highly expect there's going to be a big twist at the end at this point. Like, I think they need to finally pay off what's happening with The Rock and John Cena. I think like Travis Scott, who again performed last night at Coachella, is going to be there tonight for Mania. I feel like he's also going to be there to probably give poor Cody another black eye. There's a lot that be going on with that main event, and there's still like quite a few interesting matches going on. Like, I expect the Fatal 4-Way to be a lot of fun. The Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way to be a lot of fun. I think Dom's going to go over there. I think he's going to win the Intercontinental title. Like, there's quite a few matches that have the high probability, but it's going to be me, Ophelia. I will be the prime bottle this year. I am quite clearly a mega influencer. You're welcome, everyone, for my presence. And I will be the prime bottle and be met with roaring applause. Yeah. Yeah, we also got Logan Paul versus AJ Styles, as AJ Styles is given another match to carry, which is wild that AJ Styles' best match at Mania is still against Shane McMahon. Like, that match shouldn't have gone as hard as it did, and it's still a legitimately great match. Like the in-ring match, like the like that to this day, it's like I again, in-ring, Logan Paul's very talented. I don't want him to win, beat AJ Styles. I don't like him as a person. I don't want anything good to happen to that dude. Even like fake TV good things to happen to him. But yeah, we've got that match. Like, again, that has all the makings of a SmackDown match. I don't know why you have that in the card and not the tag team match tonight. Like, that tag team, like, especially a few hours in, that match has the high potential of being a drag on both the crowd, who, especially Sunday night, that crowd has been in Vegas for a few days now, if not like a full week or like half a week now. So their energy levels are going to be drained. And not only that, this is a crowd that's probably watched a lot of wrestling, been up at all hours of the night for a few days now, especially with them pushing so many after parties this year. That a lot of people are going to be drained. Their battery is going to be drained. So you need higher energy matches. So like, I feel like this match could have been a SmackDown match, and putting the TLC match like in the middle of the card would have done so, like, definitely given a lot of energy to a crowd that has a high chance of dragging throughout, because to no fault of their own, it's the end of a very, very long weekend. And like, again, shout out to also all my fellow content creators and journalists who have been going through it this week. Another like testing WrestleMania weekend. It's a lot of fun, but like especially when a lot of these people are doing it on their own. I'm lucky. I've got the Love Wrestling machine behind me, and like we've got like people to help me edit stuff or help us edit our videos when we do them. But like a lot of them are, which is why like don't be too mean to people at the press conference. They're working hard. They're trying to get quality content. And like a lot of the times, like people who get mad at Malcolm for his question every time, his Waffle House question. Like the thing is, his Waffle House question gets views, it gets retweets, even hate retweets are still retweets, and things like it's successful, and people still want to watch it, and people actually do enjoy the answer to that question because it is a relatable question. So like not everyone there is a hardened journalist. Like I know, like me personally, there is definitely a more serious question I would have asked if I'm in that room this time around. But like, it's a very weird situation where you're going to ask questions about the show, but also questions about WWE as a whole and some of the stuff. So like, and they work hard. A lot of them edit their own stuff and try to get it out that night, or like the next morning. And it's a lot of hard work. So like they are definitely going to be exhausted. So be kind to them as they are working to get content and get scoops for you guys as well, and get you fun things to watch throughout the week. As for me, yeah, like my final review, I'll give it like a 5 grade. I'll give it a solid B. It was a B show. Like, I felt like a lot of it was serviceable. Nothing was offensive or like outwardly bad. And it did end with a very fun main event, like a great main event. It did end with a great main event with a like twist that made sense. That wasn't just like a twist for twist's sake. Like they definitely built to it very well, and it makes sense for Paul Heyman to do what he did. And like it's also the type of thing that, because Mania is also seen as like the season finale of like WWE, and like the Raw after Mania is like the Raw after Mania is sort of like the unofficial season premiere. So like it does build a lot of heat going forward. And we still have tonight to go. But as for me, you can follow me at CartCNDG on all the socials. I will be back here tonight, and we just confirmed in the chat. I'll be back here with Pluggo we're going to be watching along tonight to night 2 of Mania. So if you want two annoying jerks to talk while you watch Mania and crack 1,000,001 jokes, you can join us on our Twitch, on the Love Wrestling Twitch account. We'll be live on Twitch and Twitter. I'll be setting up that room in a minute. I'll probably go live around 6:45-ish. But don't hold me to that. But yeah, so probably around 6:45 we'll be live tonight to watch WrestleMania, or to watch night 2 together as a family. If you have the time, come join us. We'd love to chat and watch what could be a very fun show. It has the potential of being a fun way to cap off a long weekend. I want to thank everyone in the chat for hanging out. Ophelia, Fernando, Tom, I'll get back to you in a second, a little later. Pluggo again for hopping in real quick. Yeah, I hope everyone, if you don't join us tonight, David too for coming in for if like you don't join us, I hope everyone enjoys night 2 of WrestleMania tonight. Be safe. I hope if you're celebrating Easter with your family before Mania, I hope you have a great time. I'm going to be making a video, Ophelia. He's going to be showing up, but it's going to be a recorded video, because sadly the YouTube censors would have blocked out what he said He's in no good mood, but he will be releasing a video probably right before we go live for Mania. He'll be again. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll be back here probably around 6:45 tonight, and then the next stream will be on Tuesday, where we're going to have a with Firmly WWE with JPJ and Drew, where they break down the entire weekend of WWE as well. It's going to be again, they're going to have a lot to talk about there too. And again, if you have the time, please come join me in Pluggo. We would greatly appreciate it. And we will, and you'll see me also here back next week, where I get to talk about Raw after Mania, what's going on with AEW over the next few weeks, over the next week, and what's happening with WWE post Mania, and how I feel about WrestleMania as a whole. Again, thanks so much for hanging out. We will see you back here next week at the same time. Bye, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your